Our ocean sustain our life. An abundant ocean could feed billions of people a meal every day, but now they are being killed and filled with plastics. Every year, 8 million tons of plastic enters our ocean. That is similar to emptying a garbage truck of plastic into the ocean every single minute. Plastic is everywhere in this world. People are using it endlessly just for their comfort. There is even a plastic island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, covering an area of 1.6 million square miles. But yet, no one realized that plastic is killing our planet. Since the 1950s, humans have produced about 8.3 billion metric tons of plastic, and as I said before, every year, 8 million of them ends up in the ocean, and only about 9% that are actually recycled. And with the coronavirus crisis, we are now relying on single-use plastics now more than ever, for masks, gloves, and take-out food containers. But it's not just a waste problem. It's also a major climate change problem. Plastics and fossil fuels are linked. Plastic is mostly made from chemicals and ethane, which is a product from fossil fuels. And as the world tries to move away from fossil fuels, oil and gas companies are relying on plastics to make money. So, what really happens to the plastics that you throw away? So I'm gonna give 3 examples of bottled water that you throw away. First, bottle 1. Like hundreds of millions of tons of plastics, ends up in the landfill. This huge dump expands each day as more trash comes in and continues to take up space. As plastics sit there, being compressed amongst layers of other junk, rainwater flows through the waste and absorbs the water-soluble compounds it contains, and some of them are highly toxic. Together, they create a harmful stew called leachate, which can move into groundwater, soil, and streams, poisoning ecosystems and harming wildlife. Bottle 2's journeys is a bit more adventurous. It flows on a stream that flows into a river that reaches the ocean. After months of loss in the sea, it slowly drains into a massive vortex, where trash accumulates, a place known as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Here, the ocean's currents have trapped millions of pieces of plastic debris, and Plastic Garbage Patch is just one of 5 plastic vortexes in world seas, places where pollutants turn the water into a cloudy plastic soup. And the third bottle, the last bottle, bottle 3, is on a better journey than the first and the second bottle. A truck brings it into a place where it is compressed and squeezed with other trash into a block. The blocks are shredded into tiny pieces which are washed and melted, so it became a raw material that can be used again. As if by magic, bottle 3 is now ready to be reborn as something completely new and useful for people. So those are 3 ways on what happens to the plastic you throw away. So from my first main point, now you know that what plastic are made of and how our plastics are being processed after you throw it away. Moving on to my second point, I will talk about the damage of plastics to our world and our ecosystem. Plastics are everywhere in our ocean, floating in the surface, mixing with salt water, and sitting in the ocean's bottom, miles and miles deep. And once in the ocean, it never goes away. Over hundreds of years, it breaks down into smaller pieces. But those pieces, even the tiny one called microplastics, are still plastics. Seabirds and sea turtles are choking and dying because they mistake the brightly color of plastic bits for food. Scientists say that over 60% of whale and dolphin species are affected by it. Zooplankton, the base of the ocean food chain, eat it, and so do we. Plastics are in the water we drink, and it is also in our food. Microplastics have been found in our salt, our honey, our drink, and sometimes even in the air we breathe. Companies are choosing to make something that will be used just once from a material that lasts forever. If you don't like what throwaway plastics are already doing to our world, brace yourself, because we will face a tsunami of throwaway plastics in the future if we don't stop using plastics. 4 times more plastic will be produced between now and the middle of the century than has ever been produced in all of history. Imagine that, 4 times more. So what can we do? Recycling? Well, of all of the plastic ever generated as of 2015, only 9% was recycled. Even when it is recycled, plastic degrades. Your plastic soda bottle may become another bottle, or a shampoo, or a floor mat. Even in the best case, it doesn't recycle, it downcycles. Then it becomes pollution that ruins our beaches and chokes sea animals forever. We should not be forced to pollute the ocean or the environment every time we eat, drink, or go shopping. We need to stop the use of plastic by any means. Some responsible companies already offer us a plastic-free choice, and we should definitely support it. There aren't any more plastic bags in the supermarket, and some restaurants offer plastic-free service. There are plastic-free rooms in hotels. Even in the airlines, they are offering a plastic-free flight. Just by doing these simple things such as stop using plastic bags, start using your own bottle, and stop using plastic utensils, start using shopping bag, you are already taking care of our world. Everyone has a power to solve this problem. With your help, we can do the work together. We can create a movement to reduce throwaway plastic. We can make sure companies are stop producing plastic and giving us plastic-free choices. We can help our cities, our schools, our workplaces to establish zones that are free of throwaway plastic. Let's stop plastic from wrecking our beaches and our oceans to have a healthy oceans and environment for our generations to come. Let's start a world without a plastic. I hope you will be part of the solution and not part of the pollution. My name is Albert David, and thank you for listening.